Year of the rabbit just started, and I think I'm going to be a rabbit throughout this year. Let me introduce you to Marilyn, by the way. Marilyn, the mascot of Zamami Island, Okinawa. Here you can even hold hands with a whale. I wish. Actually, it is really difficult to get to see the whales when you go out with a boat. So let me tell you the most important things that you need to know about the entire whale watching situation. Will you at all get to see the whales if you come all the way to here, Zamami, Okinawa? And the answer is yes, if the weather is nice, if there are no strong waves so that the ships have to stop. So if you have a calm, nice weather, yes, you will 200% get to see the whales, because they have people hired high on top of the surrounding islands mountains, and they are checking and searching for whales from atop the mountain. And this information will be related to the captain of your boat, so he will know exactly where to go to find the whales that are swimming at that hour, because they have a staff that's continuously checking and searching, and by radio they are letting know all the teams where the whales are now. So that will be a success. The only important thing is the weather. And so because of the weather risk, I only booked my travel to here about 3-4 days in advance, when I could check on the weather channel and make sure that the weather will be sunny, the ocean will be still, and it will make sense to come here. Otherwise, if the boats are not going out, you will make a total waste of your money. So check on weather and book like a short schedule, because like Peach Airlines is not that expensive if you don't book it long in advance. I also recommend you to come a little earlier in the season. So I'm here at the end of January. The season is blooming in February. So maybe at that time everything will become more expensive. So just come a little earlier, because the whales are here. And you can call in advance the whale companies and ask them like, do you guys see whales already? And they will let you know. And then get a plane on a good weather. Probably you would come here after seeing many YouTube videos where the whale is like this, jumping out of the water and splashing you in the boat. But actually something like that does not happen. So in that sense, you need to tone down your expectations compared to what you saw on YouTube, wild stuff happening. Consider yourself happy if you get to see the tail of the whale and the air blow and the back of the whales. And if you're happy with that, then you're safe. Also, maybe on YouTube you saw videos where the whale is coming out of the water and devouring large schools of fishes. Well, that does not happen here on Okinawa's Zamami. If you want to see whales feeding, you would need to go all the way to Alaska, actually even higher than Alaska, to the Russian territory. Here on Zamami, the whales are almost never feeding. They just come to find a partner for life. They come here for mating, and sometimes the mothers are bringing the babies over, but there is no feeding involved. And if you're thinking, how can they not eat? Because if the mommy is with the baby, at least the baby needs to eat, but the baby is going to suckle milk from mom's boobs. Yes, the whale has 2 boobs that are coming out when the baby is going to suckle. So it's not like she's swimming around with her boobs floating in the water, because that would impede the aerodynamicity of the swim. So when the baby feeds, then that's when the boobs come out, and so baby will have milk from his mommy, and his mommy is not going to eat here. And that's why there are no scenes to be photographed or filmed where the whales are feeding on fishes and come out of the water for that purpose. Another thing you should know, basically you see many pictures with the tail of the whale, and that is something beautiful and amazing. However, that is a bad sign. When the whale does this, it's going to be gone. So it's the moment when it dives deep, and you will not get to see it until the next time when it's taking air. So it might take 20 minutes and it might swim quite far. So what will you actually get to see when coming here? Often it's a mother with her baby, and you will just see this part, the back, their backside, coming a little bit out of the water. That is the main event, seeing their back just a little bit, seeing their tail at the end when they are diving. Whales are really fast moving, changing direction, and once they dive, you will not know on which side of the boat they come out, when will they come out. So for example, it happens that there is quiet, nothing happens, the whales are somewhere down and you're just gonna relax. At that moment they're going to do a jump. It's what happened to us today, and nobody managed to film or photograph the whale jumping completely out of the water. It was a little bit far, and so we luckily saw it with our eyes, but it's maybe the hardest thing to photograph such a whale jumping out of the water, because you don't know where, when it happens, and it ends in like 3 seconds. You don't even have time to swing your camera in that direction. You want to take a picture, zoom in into their face to get all these 3D structures that are growing on their maxillaries. However, what is really hard is to make a zoom, because actually you want to zoom in, but then they are moving very fast, so they would be very fast out of your frame. So you also have to keep your third eye open in which direction the whale is swimming, so that you can follow it and be in advance of where it wants to go, and then hopefully get a close-up on their face. If you're wondering what type of whales are coming here to Zamami, Okinawa, it is this type, the humpback whales. Zamami has a whale watching association. However, I think it is a little bit cheaper if you call directly the diving teams. So I'm going to add a couple of phone numbers, and I think most of them speak English. It's better to find which team suits for you, because there are a couple of teams that do like a whole day whale watching from morning till 4 o'clock, and there are other teams that do like sunrise and sunset tours. And here is a list provided by the Zamami Whale Watching Association with stuff that whales are doing and what you want to photograph. This one is very picturesque, pretty, and it's nice if you have a beautiful landscape behind the whale. It is also short, but a little bit slow, so you would have time to photograph this nicely. When they come out to breath, you should aim to photograph the rainbow that is produced by this jet of air and water. So it has a beautiful rainbow, and you should attempt to photograph it. This one is really hard because it happens all of a sudden and without a blow and without any other warning. So it's very possible that you don't have your camera pointed in the right direction. Best is if this happens close to the boat. And then tail slap, head slap, and pectoral slap. And then this spy hop when the whale raises the head out of the water. So actually you would want to get a zoom of this, but while you are zooming it might get out of frame. So it's a matter of luck, really. Best is if the whales do this really like that in the vicinity of the boat, but this is really a very rare case. So Zamami village, they really have an association for watching the whales, which makes everything nicer and good. And from Naha airport you have to take a boat to this Zamami village. There are 2 departures for this whale watching. One last tip for those who stay till the end of the video: you should bring your own whale t-shirt, because they don't sell any nice ones over there. And in Zamami, it is forbidden to get in the water and observe the whales from inside, although that is the most beautiful angle, to see the whales in the water and not just when they put the tail out. So I recommend you to bring your GoPro and have like a long selfie stick and stick your GoPro in the ocean, hopefully when the whale is going to swim around. That's how I saw the most beautiful pictures taken this time, using the GoPro and sticking it in the water. And you press record and hope that you get a nice angle of these monsters. And there are whale watcher companies like Dive Center Noi that have staff who speak English, so you don't need to worry about that. And they will give you information where to look when the whales approach.
They're so big! Oh my god! Oh Lord have mercy!
One here, one there.
待ってるわ、すごい！面白いのが撮れそう、あれ。